Hi, I'm the Brick Pie, and today we're going medieval. So grab a drink of your liking, take a seat by the fire, and enjoy! This is the Bluebrixx special set Blaustein Castle, set ID 102818. List price of €200, 5,250 pieces. This results in a price per piece of 3.8 cent. I did the usual and weigh the set. We're at 4,062 gram, so let's say roughly 4 kilogram, which means we're at 4.9 cent per gram. The other thing that is interesting is the size. So let's measure it. I'll try to do that without the decoration. We're at about 36 centimeters in width. We're at about 36 centimeters and a cat in depth. And about 30 centimeters in height. Hey, you're my assistant today. You go plot with your brother. So that's it for the facts. Another thing, the box. We have the typical Bluebrixx Collector's Edition box with designs all around and safety hazards on the back. And apart from that, the trusty sticker that tells you everything you need to know. By the way, that box comes packed to the limit of its capacity. There's no air left inside. It is filled with plastic and fun. And since we already unpacked the fun, let me get rid of that box. So let's talk about the fun, because this set for me deserves all the praise it gets on the market. And I want to tell you why. Still, let's start with the basics. It is a Bluebrixx special. That does mean there is no printed instruction inside. You only get the PDF instruction that you can download from the website. I personally prefer it that way. I don't need a printed instruction, but that is personal taste. It's split into 3 PDFs. We've got a total of 1,020 building steps, which are segmented into 12 building segments. So this is an updated version of the original release, which did not have a building step segmentation. So you had the box filled with assorted pieces and built the entire thing in one go. It has no prints, no stickers, none of that fancy stuff, just the bricks, and I personally love that. For a set like that, that has no license, no background information, no need for details like that, I don't need prints because they only make the set more expensive. I don't need stickers anyway, so I prefer it like that. For the building, I have to say it is an advanced set. But out of the Bluebrixx special sets where everybody is saying this is an advanced set, this is probably one of the easier ones to build. the building techniques that are a bit more difficult are really limited. I'll talk about my personal lowlights or the annoying parts of the set a bit later, but mostly this is something if you've built either larger Lego sets or some of the Bluebrixx special sets, the smaller ones in your life, you'll get through it no matter what. Look carefully what the instruction tells you and you'll be fine. The way you're building is you start with the center base, then after a bit you're putting the base aside, and then you build these outer stone parts. These are built separately and then they are stuck onto the base, and then you connect them with each other so they are secured in place. But enough talking, let's show the set to you. This is a modular set, a modular building after all, so you can take off the entire castle part, including this. Oh yeah, one thing I forgot to mention is we do get the typical spare pieces. Nothing really worth mentioning. We have a couple of flower pieces, or like leaves and flowers. A couple of those rings, a few plates and tiles. I think the largest one is a 2x6 brick, where I'm not really sure if that's supposed to be a spare piece or if I just forgot to include it somewhere. No, that's that. Let's just put it back there. Back to these. Let's start this top to bottom. The roof partition. It's quite sturdy, it doesn't really matter where I hold it. You build the inner frame first with these diagonal pieces, then you put the horizontal plates on it, on which you attach the roof tiles. Simple, effective, looks amazing. Nothing to argue about that one. We have the, well, can we call it the attic? I don't know. It is the bedroom. Don't know if it's meant to be like the castle lord's bedroom or whatever. We have a bed inside. We also have these embrasures where your archers can sit in and rain hell down on your enemies, like, I don't know, on a casual Tuesday or whatever. We have the chimney, and funny detail, kind of typical for Bluebrixx, we have a small toilet in there. What I found the most funny about is they even took the effort of designing a hole on the outer part of the castle wall where whatever drops into that toilet can drop down on the outside. Well, I'm tearing off decoration. I can show you that decoration that I just tore off. These are the banners up front. Those were the classical things that, if this would be a Lego set, would include some sticker crap. But we don't have that here. So let's hop down a layer. Also, we have the stairs and all that, like the stairs to go up to the probably actual attic, but also the hole where the stairs from the bottom layer can come up. So the entire set is designed that if you would upscale it, you could walk through everything. This is the dining or living area. We have the table, we have the candles, we have the chimney, we have the door to enter, and I think this part is my personal favorite about that building. And the reason why is because the building idea or the building techniques for this are really special, because the entire thing is double layered. You have the outer part that resembles the castle look from the outside, but then you have the interior, and as you can see, the color scheme and the design is completely different compared to the outside. You also get this arched window look where the bars are set back a row because everything is double layered. And the walls on the interior are also all built in studs not on top style. So you always build it 90 degrees and then you attach it to some brick modified with studs on the side to connect that to the actual outer walls. And I really like that because it's so much fun to build. There's no real boredom setting in because you just build the same thing all the time. Not at all. It's always different. And that's really cool because with a castle that is grey in 20 different shades, it has the potential of boring you really quickly. And that just does not happen here. So that's really nice. To show you the next part, I have to take off something else first, because my last attempt to record that video, I chopped down that tree in a horrible accident. And I don't want that to happen again. That was the tree. But let's talk about that tree. This, for me, was one of the most annoying parts to build. It is, I think it's the last thing you build of the entire set, and you're already tired, and you're also hyped to be finished soon. And then you build that tree. And this tree consists of about 50 ball joints. And to clamp those all together is quite some task. And your fingers will not be happy about that task, because those ball joints are meant to last for a lifetime. Makes the entire structure quite stable. I've experienced it does not sustain for an earthquake of whatever happens if you tilt the entire castle 90 degrees. But apart from that, those twigs are really well built. And I have to admit, it looks nice. I mean, it looks like a tree. That inside is just a rigid hose. The smaller tree, let's take that out as well, is built similar but smaller. So you don't have all the tooth, or like the 1x1 plate with the 1x1 plate modified with the tooth on the side. You just have the 1x1 tilted pieces, but also connected to ball joints. So, since we got rid of all that, let's show to you the castle. I think it just lost some decoration, but that's fine. Oh, no, we just lost the fireplace. Gives me a chance to show that to you. Really simple, that's just the upper part of the fireplace. We can just put it back in there. That's this part. Let's also have a look around. So that is the front part. Before we start turning that, we can lower the drawbridge and pull it back up. Another thing, for that I have to lift it up again. We have a functioning well. So, in case you have that everlasting hole in your shelf and never knew what to fill it with, I'd recommend that set. I mean, you could just lower the well from time to time and pretend you're a magician. I'll just, whenever I just plug off some decoration, I'll just cast it aside, because the amount of decoration on that set is typical Bluebrixx special standard. It's way too high. And wherever I touch it, I tear off some of the flowers, so I'll just drop them aside and reattach them later. With that done, let's have a look around. This side, the back side, with the sneaky entrance to the castle, which also leads to a door on the inside next to the fireplace. Other side, and we're back at the front gate. I've talked about the tree. The other thing that annoyed me while building, and I think it could have been done better, is the roof of that bridge house. Because that roof is built with a rooftop ridge consisting of a rigid hose, where you attach 2x1 plate modified with C-clamps to that, and on top of those you attach a round 1x2 plate, and then the tiles for the roof. So the entire thing is not that stable, because that rigid hose, I mean, can bend and twist and turn in all directions, and it likes to do that. So that was a bit annoying. And I believe it could have been done better. For the tree, I mean, me whining about the tree is just a personal opinion, because it felt annoying. I like the outcome, so I'm fine with the pain it was to build it. For that, I believe the pain for building that did not pay off when you look at the outcome. But those are the only things I can whine about for this set. So in conclusion, the rooftop of that being the lowlight of the set, and apart from the entire set itself being the highlight of the set, the dining or living quarter part of that is my personal highlight of the set. But I said the word conclusion. To kind of conclude that, for me, this is the second best brick set I've ever built. It's second only to the Astronomer's Lighthouse, so it's a Bluebrixx internal duel for my personal first place. But the Lighthouse for me was the better build in general. You still also have to put in perspective, this thing has been released many years before the Lighthouse. I have not looked it up when this one was released, but I'm pretty sure it was like 2 to 4 years prior to the Lighthouse. And Bluebrixx has evolved massively in the past 5 years on many occasions. Take this set itself, the way this set has evolved. It started as a typical Bluebrixx special, like no building step segmentation, old Bluebrixx special parts. Now we have a building step segmentation and we have GoBricks elements in here. Also, I can only judge so far the base sets for both. The Astronomer's Lighthouse is supposed to receive its first expansion somewhere this year, I suppose. This has 4 expansions on the market already, and soon to receive its 5th expansion, the Mint Tower. So this is the second best set for me that I've ever built. I'm really looking forward to all the expansions that exist. I mean, so far, only with the 4 existing expansions, we're at a staggering 21,000 and I think almost 600 pieces. And with that Mint Tower expansion being released, I believe this year, so somewhere in 2024, we're at above 26,000 pieces, I believe. I mean, I still don't know where I'm gonna put that set once it's finished. I just know that I want to have that set with all its expansions. And I also hope at some point that Bluebrixx will stop it with the expansions for that and just, don't know, release new sets on that level or better. I mean, this set is 4 kilograms of pure joy, or 5,250 pieces of pure excitement, whatever way you want to put it. And it is an eye catcher. With or without the expansions. I mean, with the expansions, it's gonna not just catch the eyes, it's gonna lure the eyes of any visitor towards that. They're gonna forget why ever they were visiting you. And it doesn't matter where you put it. If it's in your apartment, in your house, or in your skiing lodge in the Swiss Alps, it doesn't matter. This thing is great. And it's gonna get even better with all the expansions added towards that. And I'm really hyped for all the expansions. So I believe with that there is everything said that has to be said. So all that's left to be said for me is bye. I'm the Brick Pie.